Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to another Gears of War Reloaded video. Today we're going to be discussing a versus multiplayer beta and will it happen? Gears of War Reloaded has been officially announced as the next new game releasing on August 26, 2025, including versus multiplayer already confirmed, to be releasing as the classic Gears 1 8-player PvP experience, as well as also being the first ever multi-platform game title featuring full cross-play multiplayer support between Xbox, PlayStation and PC. With the official Gears of War Reloaded release being so close in just 3 months' time, of course the most important questions arise, such as how will Gears of War play on the PlayStation console? How will crossplay function between all of the different gaming platforms? Will the versus multiplayer servers be ready to handle potentially millions of new gamers experiencing the series for the first time? And so for this video, I wanted to focus on and discuss a Gears of War Reloaded versus multiplayer beta and will it happen, even as soon as the Xbox game showcase next month on Sunday, June 8th. For the previous 14 years of the Gears of War franchise, including the last 5 game titles, there has always been a Gears of War versus multiplayer beta to offer the player base with something new and exciting to engage in early before release, the opportunity to test something specifically, and provide valuable games and server feedback for the Coalition Studio to ensure the best possible game release ever. So I wanted to take a look back at the history of the Gears of War series, what each game did, and what that could mean for a potential Gears of War Reloaded versus multiplayer beta if it were to happen before its August release date. Firstly, to begin with, we of course have to start it with the Gears of War 3 beta in April 2011, and its main purpose was to playtest the versus multiplayer online with the community, especially because of the disaster Gears of War 2 launch, where multiplayer didn't even work at all, but it was also to stress test the newly revealed dedicated servers ready for release, and Epic Games were able to get a huge amount of player feedback on just how terribly OP both the Retro Lancer and the sawed-off shotgun weapons were. Next up, Gears of War Judgment's Overrun demo alongside the launch of the game, and its main purpose was to playtest the all-new class-based multiplayer mode that I honestly believe the Coalition needs to expand upon in a war mode experience for Gears of War E-Day, but the Overrun demo was offered as a free downloadable game title to gather feedback on a new way to play Gears of War. Moving on, we get to the most important Gears of War Ultimate Edition beta in June 2015 that was shadow dropped at the Xbox Game Showcase event, which we will definitely get back to later on in the video. And its main purpose was to playtest the first ever Gears of War game from the Coalition Studio and the first title under Microsoft using their very own dedicated servers. Next up is the Gears of War 4 beta in April 2016, and its main purpose was to playtest the first game in Unreal Engine 4, as well as the first title with crossplay support between Xbox and PC to ensure these servers could handle the 2-platform based release. Then lastly, we have the Gears 5 technical test in July 2019, and its main purpose of playtesting the gameplay tuning based on previous community negative feedback received about splitting up core and competitive throughout Gears of War 4, with a huge focus on escalation, the esports competitive mode, as well as also just stress testing the dedicated servers for being the first Gears of War game to release day 1 in Xbox Game Pass, bringing in millions of players at launch and beyond. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if we go back 10 years ago to the Xbox Game Showcase in June 2015, where ex-head of the Coalition Studio, Rod Ferguson, announced Gears of War Ultimate Edition as a remake of the original game with it released in August, just like right now with Gears of War Reloaded a decade later. A versus multiplayer beta was shadow dropped alongside it, offering players the opportunity to play some brand new Gears of War versus multiplayer straight fresh off the announcement. And so I thought, well, if we're going to be getting a remaster of the remake, then could it be possible we're also going to get a remaster of a Gears of War Reloaded versus multiplayer beta announced, and maybe even shadow drop release at the upcoming Xbox Game Showcase on Sunday, June 8th. Just in case you never got to experience that moment live, or maybe want to relive some memories, especially considering the importance of Gears of War Ultimate Edition and how it relates to Gears of War Reloaded, revealing what could happen again, just like how we're getting the original game for the third time at Lucky. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gears of War co-creator, Rod Ferguson.
10 years ago, Gears of War debuted here at the Xbox E3 briefing. And this year, we're taking you back to where it all began. Today, I'm happy to announce Gears of War Ultimate Edition, the original Gears of War completely remastered and modernized for Xbox One and coming August 25th. It's the first at its best, fully rebuilt in 1080p, loaded with new content and 60 frames per second in multiplayer. And you can play that multiplayer early in our 1-week public beta that starts today.
Overall, for me personally, a Gears of War Reloaded versus multiplayer beta either being shadow dropped at the Xbox Game Showcase next month or released sometime between now and August 26th definitely has huge potential in happening, with the main purpose of playtesting a multi-platform Gears of War game title across Xbox, PlayStation and PC, stress testing these servers to ensure they have the capacity to support possibly millions of players in August, ready for a successful launch. There is also, alongside the fact that the 5 previous Gears of War games over the span of the last 14 years in the franchise, there has always been a versus multiplayer beta, and with Gears of War Reloaded going to every gaming platform out there pretty much, it definitely makes sense for why a versus multiplayer beta should happen. Time will tell though as we get ever closer to the Xbox Game Showcase in just a few more weeks, and the Coalition Studio revealing what's next for the Gears of War franchise's future. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below telling me what you think. What is your guys' opinion on a Gears of War Reloaded versus multiplayer beta, and should it happen? We are officially trying to hit 100,000 YouTube subscribers, so please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy my Gears of War content and want to see even more videos. There is a playlist on my YouTube channel containing all of my other Gears of War Reloaded videos so far. If you do want to check out more like this one, click the join button to become a YouTube channel member to gain access to emotes, channel badges, and most importantly, early access to all new videos before anyone else. I want to give a big shout out to all of the members on screen for becoming a Shadow Knight YouTube channel member. I truly appreciate your support. So there you have it guys, full details on Gears of War Reloaded with a versus multiplayer beta, and will it happen? Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you already. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.